In the heart of Central Asia, tucked away in the jagged peaks of the Tian Shan mountains, there's a place of almost surreal beauty. It's a sapphire jewel, 400 meters of sparkling turquoise water, surrounded by alpine forests and snow-capped summits. This is a landscape that looks like it was painted, a vision of pure tranquility. And rising from its surface, a silent, ghostly forest reaches for the sky. The bleached white trunks of ancient spruce trees stand like sentinels in the water, looking like the skeletal masts of a sunken naval fleet. A strange and captivating monument to a time long past. But if you talk to the locals, they'll tell you not to be fooled by its beauty. They say this lake was born from a cataclysm and carries a dark, chilling curse. Because beneath that impossibly clear, blue-green surface, the forest isn't dead, it's waiting. They whisper that the souls lost in the disaster that created the lake are now trapped inside its submerged trees, their ghostly forms preserved forever in the frigid depths. And on quiet days, when the wind dies down, they say you can almost hear them calling out from the water, luring unsuspecting visitors to a beautiful and final doom. This is the story of Kaindy Lake, Kazakhstan's cursed sunken forest, a place where breathtaking beauty and a dark mystery are frozen together in time. Welcome to the unknown. Before you can even begin to get your head around the mystery of Kaindy Lake, you have to understand just how isolated it is. This isn't some casual tourist spot, a simple detour off a major highway. Reaching Kaindy is an expedition, a journey that weeds out everyone but the most determined travelers, and makes you feel like you're venturing into a lost world. The trip starts in Almaty, Kazakhstan's largest city, but the urban landscape quickly melts away. For over 5 hours, you travel eastward, deeper into the embrace of the Kaindy Lakes National Park. Eventually, smooth pavement gives way to rough, unpaved tracks that snake through the mountains, a path that's both treacherous and breathtakingly beautiful. This part of the journey is not for the faint of heart, or for your family sedan. It demands a rugged four-wheel drive vehicle, often an old Soviet-era UAZ that can handle the brutal terrain. The ride is jarring, a bone-rattling adventure where you'll be bouncing around like a pinball. The path winds precariously along steep mountain passes, where one wrong move could send a vehicle tumbling into the valleys below. And at several points, the road disappears completely, plunging right into rushing mountain rivers that you have to ford with a mix of horsepower and a prayer. And the whole time, you're at the mercy of the weather. A sudden downpour can turn the track into a slippery, muddy mess, making it almost impassable. The final leg of the pilgrimage starts from the small, rustic village of Sati, the last bastion of civilization. From here, it's another 12 to 15 kilometers of the most challenging off-roading yet. Some people choose to make the final approach on horseback or on foot, a strenuous hike at an altitude of nearly 2,000 meters, where the air is noticeably thinner. This grueling journey is a huge part of the Kaindy experience. It strips away the modern world, layer by layer. The further you go, the quieter it gets, the silence broken only by the wind and your vehicle's engine. By the time you finally arrive, dusty and exhausted, you don't feel like you've just reached a lake. You feel like you've discovered a secret, one that perhaps should have stayed hidden. To understand the curse, you first have to understand the cataclysm. Geologically speaking, Kaindy Lake is an infant. It wasn't carved by ancient glaciers over millennia. It was born in an instant of raw, terrifying power. In January 1911, the colossal Kebun earthquake, a magnitude 7.7 tremor, shook Central Asia. It was one of the most powerful seismic events ever recorded in the region, ripping the very mountains apart. The shock waves were so immense, they caused objects to swing in cities more than 1,000 kilometers away. Entire villages were flattened, and while the official death toll was over 450, the true number, including nomadic communities, is likely lost to history forever. In the chaos of that event, right here in this remote gorge, an entire mountainside of limestone gave way. A massive, unstoppable landslide came crashing down, forming a huge natural dam that blocked the flow of the Kaindy River. Over the years that followed, rainwater and glacial melt filled the valley behind this new dam, slowly drowning the proud forest of shrank spruce trees that had grown there for centuries. The water rose higher and higher, sealing the fate of the forest in a watery tomb. This violent origin story is the seed from which all the legends of Kaindy grow. It's the foundation of the belief that such a catastrophic event couldn't have happened without leaving a spiritual wound on the land itself, a wound that still festers just beneath the lake's serene surface. What greets you at Kaindy is a sight of paradoxical beauty. The water itself is a spectacle, an otherworldly shade of turquoise that seems to glow from within. This vibrant color is a direct result of the limestone deposits from the landslide, which are suspended in the water and reflect the light in this dazzling way. The water is also incredibly clear. On calm days, it's said you can see deep into the depths, down almost 30 meters below. But it's what's in the water that truly defines Kaindy. Rising from the jewel-toned surface are the stark, white trunks of the drowned spruce trees. Stripped of their bark and branches by a century of exposure, they stand like bleached bones or the masts of a ghostly fleet, forever anchored in the lake. It's a beautifully eerie sight, a forest caught between life and death. But the real magic, the true wow factor, is what lies beneath the surface. For those brave enough to get in the water, an even more surreal world reveals itself. The moment you dip below, you're transported. Down here, the forest isn't dead at all. It's perfectly, eerily preserved. The water temperature is shockingly cold, never rising above 6 degrees Celsius, even in summer. This frigid, mineral-rich water is so low in oxygen that the natural process of decay has been almost completely stopped. Down in that silent, blue-green world, the submerged trees are a ghostly marvel. They're draped in layers of algae, giving them a soft, ethereal look. Most remarkably, after more than 100 years underwater, many trees still have their needles attached, perfectly preserved, as if flash-frozen in time. To swim among them feels like flying through an enchanted, alien forest. The silence is profound. Light filters down in shifting blue rays, and all around you are the spectral shapes of these perfectly preserved trees. It's this incredible preservation that fuels the lake's darker legends. It's easy to look at this underwater forest, so eerily lifelike, and believe that something more than just cold water is at work here.
Science can explain the cold water in the preserved trees, but it can't explain the feeling that settles over you as you stand on the shore of Kaindy Lake. It's a profound stillness, a silence that feels heavy and ancient. And it's in this quiet that the local folklore takes root, the whispers that turn this geological wonder into a place of supernatural dread. While there are no official records to verify these tales, the legends persist, passed down in hushed tones. The central story, the dark heart of Kaindy's mystery, is that the lake is cursed. The tale goes that when the landslide tore through the gorge, it didn't just bury a forest, it caught people unawares, perhaps a nomadic camp or travelers passing through. Their sudden, violent deaths, it is said, trapped their souls here, tethering them to the very trees that drowned alongside them. The forest, so perfectly preserved in its watery grave, became their eternal prison. According to these whispers, the spirits aren't at peace. They're lonely, looking up through the turquoise water at the world of the living, and they yearn for company. The stories claim the lake's eerie beauty is just a lure. The ghostly trees, like skeletal arms reaching from the deep, are said to beckon visitors closer. Some people report hearing strange, disembodied voices echoing across the water on windless days, faint whispers that are easily dismissed as the breeze, but which some believe are the spirits trying to tempt you into the lake's icy embrace. There are even unverified tales of people who have vanished here, drawn to the water's edge and never seen again, or of divers feeling unseen hands trying to pull them down into the submerged forest. Even the lake's name adds a layer of paradox. Kaindy in Kazakh means abundant with birch trees, Yet there are no birch trees here. It's a forest of drowned spruces. The name actually refers to a large birch grove located several kilometers away. To some, this is just a geographical quirk. To others, it's another sign that this place is not what it seems. It's a beautiful killer, a dead forest that feels alive, a spruce-filled lake named for a tree that isn't even there. Kaindy Lake is a place of stunning dualities. It's a testament to both the raw, destructive power of nature and its ability to create scenes of breathtaking beauty. It's a geological marvel born from disaster, with a line between a dream and a nightmare is as thin as the water's surface. The scientific explanation is fascinating enough: a catastrophic earthquake, a monumental landslide, and the creation of a natural time capsule where frigid water holds back decay. The submerged forest is a tangible link to a world that existed over a century ago, perfectly preserved for us to see. But Kaindy Lake is also a powerful symbol of the unknown. It's a place that reminds us that for all our scientific understanding, some corners of the world still evoke a primal sense of wonder and fear. The stories of its curse, of trapped souls and ghostly voices, speak to a deeper human need to find meaning in tragedy. Whether you believe in spirits or not, it's impossible to stand before the silent white masts of the sunken forest and not feel a sense of awe, a touch of melancholy, and a shiver of something sublime. The lake is a story written in water and wood, a story of violence and serenity, life and death, and of a beauty so profound it feels almost supernatural. So what do you think? Is Kaindy Lake a breathtaking natural wonder with a tragic past? Or is there a darker, more mysterious force at play in its turquoise depths? Let us know your take in the comments. And for more explorations into the world's most mysterious and beautiful places, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.